Welcome to the TUSD teacher training on the Student Code of Conduct. By the end of this training, teachers will have an understanding of the code and the disciplinary responses to violations. During this training, we will discuss the following topics. What is the code?
The Code of Conduct is a guide that outlines behavioral expectations, rights and responsibilities of students, and the rights and responsibilities of staff.
What principles guide TUSD discipline policies?
The principles that guide disciplinary decisions in TUSD are restoration, equity, consistency, and inclusivity. However, none of these principles prevent school personnel from protecting campus safety. When does the code apply?
The code applies whenever a school employee or official has jurisdiction over a student. Discipline may also be assigned if behavior off campus has a negative impact on campus.
Let's check for a better understanding.
What is the code? Name 2 occasions when the code is in force.
The code is a guide that outlines expectations. The code is in effect during school hours and on field trips. What are restorative practices?
Restorative practices are strategies for resolving problems and building relationships by addressing the social and emotional issues created by conflict and restoring students to supportive learning environments after making amends for poor choices. What are positive behavior interventions and supports?
PBIS is a proactive framework designed to prevent problem behavior while teaching socially appropriate behaviors. The focus of PBIS and TUSD is creating and sustaining safe and inclusive environments for all students to support appropriate behavior and redirect disruptive behavior. What are exclusionary consequences?
Exclusionary consequences remove a student from their classroom instruction for longer than 30 minutes or longer than 1 classroom period. They include positive alternatives to out-of-school suspensions, settings, or programs.
When can exclusionary consequences be used? Can they be used at level 1 and 2?
Exclusionary discipline may not be used for level 1 and 2 violation.
How about level 3 violations?
Yes, if the behavior is ongoing and escalating and there are listed interventions related to the specific behavior or to protect student and staff safety.
And what about level 4 and 5 violations?
Exclusionary consequences may be used for level 4 and 5 violations.
Let's check for a better understanding.
What are restorative practices? What does PBIS stand for? Define exclusionary consequences.
Restorative practices are strategies for solving problems. PBIS stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. And exclusionary consequences are consequences that remove a student from class for more than 30 minutes or 1 class period. What are PICs?
PICs are Positive Intervention Centers. They are areas where a student may receive a short timeout in a positive environment to de-escalate.
What are positive alternatives to out-of-school suspensions?
Positive alternatives to out-of-school suspensions are abeyance contract, which is a contract that will shorten or possibly eliminate a suspension. In-school intervention, referred to as ISI, an alternative to suspension where students continue to receive classroom instruction from content-certified teachers. In-school suspension or reassignment to a different class, that's an alternative to suspension where students receive core curriculum in a supervised setting, only used at sites that don't have ISI. District Alternative Education Program, referred to as DAPE, is an alternative to long-term suspension where students continue education and reflect on their inappropriate behaviors.
Listed on this slide are just some of the guidelines in our Code of Conduct. Please read page 8 of the Code of Conduct for additional guidelines.
TUSD has 5 levels of violations.
Level 1 and 2 violations are considered lower violations. Level 3 is considered a mid-range violation. Level 4 is a serious violation. And Level 5 is the most serious violation and can result in potential expulsion.
There are 13 violation categories listed in the Code of Conduct.
Let's check for a better understanding.
Does TUSD provide alternatives to out-of-school suspensions? Can violation levels be elevated? How many violation categories are listed in the Code of Conduct?
TUSD does offer positive alternatives to out-of-school suspensions, abeyance contracts, in-school intervention, in-school suspension, positive intervention centers, and the District Alternative Education Program. Violation levels may be elevated with documented interventions related to the behavior and approval.
There are 13 violation categories that are listed in the Code of Conduct.
What are some of the responses to levels 1 and 2 violations?
Level 1 and 2 violations often occur in the classroom and are usually addressed by the teacher. Some of those responses are a restorative conference or circle, parent or guardian notification, a timeout, mentoring.
What are some responses to level 3 violations?
Level 3 violations may occur anywhere on campus and are usually addressed by administration. Some of those responses are a restorative conference or circle, short-term in-school intervention, short-term in-school suspension, short-term out-of-school suspension. These exclusionary consequences may only be taken if the behavior is ongoing and escalating and interventions have been attempted and documented.
What are some responses to levels 4 and 5 violations?
Level 4 and 5 violations can occur anywhere on the campus, and they are addressed by administration. Some of those responses are a restorative conference or circle, a long-term suspension out of school, an abeyance, long-term, possibly expulsion. Responses to drug and alcohol possession and use and fighting are standardized.
Let's check for a better understanding.
How many action levels are in the code? At what level can exclusionary discipline be considered? At what level violation should restorative conferences or circles be used?
There are 5 action levels in the code. Exclusionary consequences may be considered at level 3. All violations should have a restorative response. Listed are some of the students' rights from the Code of Conduct. For a complete listing, see page 20 of the code.
Listed are some of the student responsibilities from the Code of Conduct. For a complete list, please see page 20 of the code. Congratulations! You have completed this training module on the Student Code of Conduct for the school year. Please continue on to Topic 2 to take the quiz and earn credit for taking this course. For your own copy of the Student Code of Conduct, please visit www.tusd1.org/thecode.